With summer just around the corner, community leaders are trying to curb an already violent beginning. One alderman is taking steps to ensure a safer season. Weekend violence in the Chicago area claimed the lives of 6 people, while 40 people were injured. To address the issues of youth violence and unemployment and their effects in the community, 16th Ward Alderman Joanne Thompson, along with the Coalition of Community Activists and Business Leaders, held a youth summit on Saturday, June 9th.
This is our first youth summit for kids, and so far it's going well. And we're here because I want to give children a voice.
Alderman Thompson came to many business leaders and community organizations and said she wants a relevant day to help these kids figure out why this violence is occurring and what solutions can we provide to them.
The summit was held at Kennedy King College in the heart of the Inglewood neighborhood.
Kennedy King is here to help them move forward either in their education or in their careers, and that's what we're here about. And so any partnership that we could do to help our students is wonderful.
The young people had the opportunity to participate in breakout sessions ranging from how to prepare for a job interview to the importance of breaking the code of silence in their communities to stop the violence.
You know, if all the kids would come, all the kids in all of the world, like in the whole community would come, it'd be something for them to do instead of being out there on the corner.
Alderman Thompson also introduced the Violence Stops Here campaign, in which Chicago Public Schools students compete for a cash scholarship by submitting the most creative piece about how to stop the violence. The competition starts August 1st. This is Shondanine McKinney for Urban Broadcast Media. Today is National HIV and AIDS Testing Day, and I thought it would be a good idea if I got tested today. It's important to me to take charge of my health and also to be an example for other young black women and men in the African American neighborhood. I'm already registered, got my ticket, and let's go, let's get started. After registration, the nurse leads me into a room to check my vitals. This includes my weight, blood pressure, and body temperature. Next, the doctor sees me for pre-testing consultation where she asks me important questions about my medical and sexual history. It is essential to answer these questions truthfully because they are used to assess my risk level for HIV and AIDS.
Have you ever been pregnant?
I was able to speak to Dana Laughlin, a case risk manager for Access Grand Boulevard. She told me about the importance of HIV and AIDS testing in the black community.
African American men and women are at higher rates of HIV than amongst other races as well. The rate is really rising among African American women especially. The rate is 5 times more likely than their Caucasian or Hispanic counterparts. So we're really encouraged that everyone get tested.
African Americans only make up 14% of the population, but accounted for 44% of all new HIV and AIDS cases in 2009, according to the Center for Disease Control. Also, people 50 and over account for 15% of new HIV and AIDS diagnoses.
Some people tend to think that seniors are not engaging in a lot of sexual behavior, but that's not true. Sexual behavior, I mean, it's healthy, but we want to encourage them to always use a condom, especially if you're going to be sexual with anyone.
Finally, it's time for the test. I opted to get my blood drawn. However, for those who may be squeamish about needles or blood, there is an OraCare option in which the technician takes a swab from the inside of your cheek. The results are ready in 20 minutes. The results from the blood test take 3 to 5 days. Well, the test is all done, just waiting for the results now. But in the meantime, I got some information about HIV and AIDS and all the other services available at Access Community Health Center, Grand Boulevard. I want to thank everybody for helping us out today. This has been Shondanine McKinney for Urban Broadcast Media. Homicides in Chicago neighborhoods are up 50% over last year. Some of the guns used in these murders were purchased very close to home. Community leaders have decided to take action at one popular gun shop. Accountability and responsibility. That's what community leaders are calling for when it comes to the sale of firearms in Chicago.
There's a genocide going on in our community, in our city, and in our country. And guns are the main killer of our children.
On Saturday, June 16th, Father Michael Pfleger and several other community leaders led dozens of people in a protest at Chuck's Gun Shop on Indiana Avenue, just 5 blocks away from Chicago city limits.
We're not asking them to say stop selling guns. We're saying make people responsible, title the gun, just like ours.
We've got to end it, and this is a good place to end it, and that is at the point of sale.
Chuck's is a symptom of the problem.
Michelle Dowdy's 33-year-old son was killed at a party over Memorial Day weekend. He was one of 11 people who were killed and 42 who were wounded that weekend alone.
I can only tell you that my son is no longer coming to my house. He's never going to walk through that door again. I'm never going to have someone to console, talk to, family jokes, none of that.
Jesse Jackson compared Chicago to a war zone.
We lost less than 6,000 in Iraq in 10 years. We lose that many in Chicago a year in 10 years. 7,000 blacks are murdered a year. We've adjusted to that, and we must not adjust to that.
Chicago Police Superintendent Gary McCarthy announced plans to place police officers on overtime in order to saturate troubled areas. However, the head of the police union says this is just a Band-Aid solution to the real problem. For Urban Broadcast Media, I'm Shondane McKinney.